For the last 35 years, renowned chef Raymond Blanc has inspired the world with his cooking.
It's about celebrating that gorgeous, glorious food and sharing a special moment with your loved ones.
Now he's opening his kitchen and sharing his secrets.
I've made all the mistakes which could be made, so you don't have to make them yourself.
Showing, with a little effort,
Food is so, so beautiful.
anyone can bring some joy to the dinner table.
Even the most complicated dish is not impossible to make.
On Kitchen Secrets, Raymond shares his favourite recipes for two of the most seasonal ingredients, mushrooms
Très bien, nice.
and game.
What happened to her?
On the menu, Sepp tortellini with fresh pasta, served with sage butter and toasted hazelnuts.
I was produced like that, you know. It's heaven.
A tasty supper dish of pheasant in puff pastry.
It looks stunning and it tastes absolutely marvelous.
A simple fricassee that celebrates wild mushrooms. And to finish, an impressive whole pigeon cooked in its own salt crust.
You must eat this once in a lifetime.
In his Oxfordshire kitchen, Raymond puts seasonality at the core of his cooking.
Should I have some more sage? Can you give me some sage, which is big sage, not baby sage?
First, a mushroom tortellini.
If you cannot find the steps, no problem. Get a nice big fat portobello mushroom. They're fleshy and lovely, makes them young, make sure they are young.
Raymond is using ceps. Also called porcini or penny buns, they are prized by mushroom lovers for their earthy flavour.
You can do them very fine like that. So you can do that in here as well. It's a bit inelegant, so beautiful steps, gives them the right treatment, so to speak. Olive oil, très bien. Now we can go. So make sure it's very hot, because you want to blonde them a little bit, not too much, but just a bit of color, lightly blonde. Very, very quick, about 3 minutes on strong heat. Voila.
Add some finely chopped shallots and a crushed garlic clove.
Très bien. Oh, that is so lovely. Okay. I put a bit of lemon juice to keep them nice and white. Okay, and also to bring up the flavor. Always taste. Very nice. I was produced like that, you know. It's heaven for a cook, you know. They're the best.
Now, begin the fresh pasta.
Give a good clean here. Take that out. Okay, all that out.
Raymond is using 200 grams of flour and 2 eggs.
So simple. Okay, très bien, merci, mon petit. 183 grams. So if you give me, instead of 200 grams, you give me 183 grams.
You pinched it out earlier, sorry, chef, when you was drying it.
Well, if you've seen that, just replace it.
Yeah, I didn't realise. But
Okay, merci, mon petit.
Okay.
There.
A food processor makes pasta making very simple.
I'm not very technical, never been in my life. No problem?
Pulse the flour and eggs together.
And then you finish off with a hand. Just a tiny bit of flour, very little. Voilà. What I'm more doing here, I'm doing a number of things. I make that gluten work out. Also, I'm pressing in the water so to a better absorption by the flour. And when you eat a good pasta, that you have a nice chew, is that it's been well worked out. If I did my pasta like that, straight away, it wouldn't be very good. So I give it nice body and strength.
Then chill the pasta for at least 30 minutes before you start to roll it.
Voila. Voila, so we've got our first draw here, which is nice. So I'm going to do a double joint here.
Pasta can be rolled by hand, but a machine creates a smooth and even finish.
Voila. Send it down as you go along. The same as I'm rolling, I'm slightly stretching the pasta.
Roll to a thickness of 1 millimetre.
Egg yolk, done, please. Voilà, très bien.
Egg yolk sticks the pasta together.
Très bien. And then wrap the side here, and you just seal, okay? Seal in between. So make sure you don't have air as well inside, because air will expand and burst your ravioli.
Use a pastry cutter to shape the tortellini evenly.
It's a bit more work, but it's quite lovely. The best way is to press the middle here, bring back the two ends here, bring it back, press. Okay? Please, Dan, can you give me a hand, please? Mon petit, so we can tidy up here before we cook the ravioli. Thank you very much. So now that my tortellinis are ready, the whole dish comes together. That means you need to boil them. It mustn't be a simmering bowl. It must be a galloping bowl, full bowl, so the water doesn't seep through the tortellini into the stuffing, okay?
Boiling water cooks the pasta quickly and reduces the risk of it bursting.
3 looks too small unless it's in a line. 4 looks always wrong, but 5 works. Somehow 5 does work.
Next, a herb butter sauce.
You just need that much of butter, so that's for 1 portion. Start it to color nicely.
Add finely chopped chives and sage with a little water to create an emulsion.
And a dash of lemon juice, just to sharpen it up. That's a simple jus and works so well, okay, with that little bit of chili. So very simple little jus.
Finish with some chopped toasted hazelnuts.
My God, it's lovely.
Raymond puts provenance at the forefront of his approach to cooking.
This is beautiful rolling mountains here.
He's in Scotland with his restaurant maintenance manager, Steve Truman. They're joining a game shoot on the Trinity Gask estate near Auchterarder in Perthshire.
If he still wants his job tomorrow, I think he knows very well I'm a very bad loser, still after 35 years in Great Britain. And the one who's going to get the most today is going to be me. It's going to be. Monsieur, santé.
Jamie Roberts is the estate owner.
So what are we going to shoot today?
Well, we're going to do 2 drives.
Yeah.
We're going to do a duck drive, and then we're going to do a pheasant drive.
Do you trust a Frenchman close to you with a gun?
Well, if I stand very close, it'll be okay.
You should say yes, because, come on, guys, it's the old alliance here. Those guys have got much more to fear than you have. They're English, okay? Beautiful, my God.
Yeah, but we'll just walk the other guns up and over. Right, gentlemen. Take your, you remember which ones? Yeah, that's your one. Yours is the smallest. Okay.
For Raymond, shooting his own food makes perfect sense.
For me, there's no hypocrisy about food, okay? And killing game to eat it seems to be perfectly straight, fine with me, as long as you don't make the animal suffer. And but of course, shut up!
Shoot in front to the left. How's it go? Oh. Right, got your gun.
Too high.
No duck for Raymond.
I think it's a very good day for the birds. There will be a lot of happy ducks who will not end up, okay, into the pot for tonight. So, that's la vie. Sometimes they win, sometimes you lose. So today I lost, it's all right.
You did well, Steve.
How many?
3. 3, anyway.
But, you know, it's okay, you know.
Next, another chance with a pheasant shoot, where beaters drive the pheasants from the woods.
So the wind's picking up now,
Yeah.
so it's going to help us, I think.
Oh, I can't believe it!
That's a good one. It's all right, okay, good one. Yeah, and again. Yeah, okay. Come on to the bird, so find the bird with the end of the gun and bring it up to it. Here we go. Ah, fantastic, look at that one. Here you go. Okay, lower your gun, we'll put another one in. There we go. Okay. Ah! Well done.
You See, it's my trademark, again, shot in the head. Always. No, I shoot maybe few pheasants, but it's always in the head.
You can swap that one over. Slange.
Thanks, sir.
Slange.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
To long live the pheasant population, grass and partridges.
Yes.
And slow gin, too.
Next, a pheasant petivier. Layers of buttery puff pastry filled with pheasant, mushrooms, chestnuts and herbs.
Le petivier is a very extraordinary word, very French, of course. The techniques come from France. But it's a little pasty, okay?
For the filling, Raymond's using female pheasants, which are more tender than the males.
Okay, très bien. So now we are going to remove the legs. Okay, très bien. Breast off, okay.
Legs and breasts removed. Keep the carcass to one side.
Voilà. And that's for the sauce. Doesn't look very much at the moment, but it is for the sauce. Adam, please. So, to me, pheasant, I found it quite dry, okay? So the way I'm going to cook it will remove all these problems.
Raymond is going to confit the legs in duck fat, a traditional French technique that ensures a flavoursome finish and succulent texture. First, the legs are cured in a mix of garlic, bay, thyme, juniper, pepper and salt.
That looks grey. It's not dirty. Okay, it's called fleur de sel, okay? And it's collected at the top of the sea and it's not been treated. It's absolutely au naturel.
After curing for 6 hours, the legs are ready to be cooked in duck fat for an hour and a half.
So we're going to bring that temperature, that fat temperature of 80 up to 90 degrees, but never more than that. Now with my grinder here.
The pheasant breasts are pan-fried.
Voila, that beautiful browning process here, where all the sugar of the pheasant are browning, caramelizing. Wow, perfect. I want to relax a little bit. It's an advice of a good friend, okay, on how to know if it's medium by touching or medium rare. How do you know? If you press that muscle here, it is rare. If you touch, if you take your thumb with your first finger, it's medium rare. That is between medium rare and medium. That is medium, medium well. And then here, because the muscle is going to tense up more, it's well done. And you know what? I completely agree with that piece of advice. That's medium rare. Adam, could I have another extra juniper berry, please?
The filling is finished with a mix of onions and mushrooms, to which Raymond adds seasonal ingredients.
I'm going to crumble the chestnuts inside. Just crumble them. Put blueberries, dried blueberries, and you can put whatever you want inside. Dan, please, could I have the pheasant breast? Merci beaucoup. Voilà.
Add the chopped breasts.
Turn around. So I've got my nearly finished.
Then the confit legs.
A good confit, the bone should leave and it's still moist inside. Just chop it up with a wonderful flavor inside your petivier. Ooh, lovely. Voilà.
Next, roll out all butter puff pastry until it's 2 millimeters thick.
Okay, so the thickness is very important, okay? It's too thin, it's going to go through, the meat is going to go through. Too thick, it's going to be concrete, you know, very heavy, huh?
Cut into discs. You can use a large cutter or a saucer.
Très bien. Voilà.
Once cool, the filling is ready to go into the pastry.
About 60 grams of each. Voilà. And now press on it so to get the shape, huh? Stay here, you. Voilà. And up, right on the top here. Round your finger, use the shape of your finger to make sure that's moving the air away as well. And then I'm pressing both edges so they can stick.
It's now crucial that the pastry is chilled before being cut.
Because if I cut them now, see now, the pastry is soft. When you cut it, you're going to compress those layers and there will be no rise. I want my petivier or pasty to rise. Adam, please, put on the deep freeze for 5 minutes. Okay. Yeah?
Once chilled, you can trim the edges.
Voilà. Voilà.
Next, a sauce made from the reserved pheasant carcass.
I'm about to show you a lovely little sauce you can make easy at home, okay, using water. You may need a bit of alcohol. So with my carcass pheasant, and with a nice caramelization, I'm going to place it here.
Add some roughly chopped onion and celery to the pan.
Just the blonde caramelization, not too strong, okay, just blonde, okay. You notice I don't add the mushrooms at the same time as the onions. Why? If I add the mushroom now, the mushroom will give that juices, defeating the object.
Now return the browned pheasant bones.
Very bien.
Then add some Madeira,
Now I'm going to add about only 100 grams.
being careful not to spill any on an open flame.
I shouldn't have done that. That's not clever. That's less clever as well. But I tell you why, because that's how you burn the meat on the top, okay? So port, same amount, 50-50. So you taste, very important, because you want most of the alcohol to go away, otherwise it's going to be very bitter. That's a sign of a bad sauce, is when it's aggressive, bitter, acid, alcoholic.
Now simmer for 20 minutes. When ready, strain the sauce and thicken with a little arrowroot.
Voila, voila. That's it? Parfait.
Glaze the petiviers with egg yolk.
If you want a bit of shine, you can put a bit of salt into your egg yolk. I don't know why, I've got to find that out, okay, and then I'll tell you. But if you know, let me know. Voila.
The petiviers go into a preheated fan oven at 200 degrees centigrade for 15 minutes.
Madame, look at that. Voila, isn't it lovely?
Serve with the sauce and decorate with some warmed walnuts, prunes and golden raisins.
Madeira goes very well.
It's nice and sweet.
So out of 10.
8.5, chef.
8.5. My God, I'm going to try harder.
9.
Lovely little gents.
Scotland's woodlands are famous for their wild mushrooms. Passionate foragers Raymond and Steve are visiting keen mushroom hunter Alan Murray.
Raymond, how are you? You finally made it. Oh,
I told you I would.
I know, but we've been counting the days. Oh, we're so happy to see you.
This is a lovely, perfectly formed Scottish girole here. And I know you've never picked a girole ever in your life. And I thought you were a mushroom man.
I never, oh my God.
Voila, what a perfectly beautifully formed girole.
There we go. That smell of apricots and almonds.
Beautiful.
Giroles grow all over Europe, but those found in Scotland are the most highly prized for their pungent aroma.
So if we just go up here a bit, Raymond, I think I know a spot where we'll get some more of the giroles.
Okay. I've got two little girole here.
Up ahead, Raymond.
Look at that, guys. That's lovely, guys. That must be the last of the baby girole. Voila.
They grow in mossy, forested areas, appearing a few days after heavy rainfall.
Here's some more, Raymond. Have you ever noticed, well, I find that when there's gullies like this, they seem to be on the top, as if they're sucking the moisture out of the water trenches up this way, so that they get the moisture, but they're not swimming in it.
I used to make a lot of money out of girole. From the age of 7, I was a very rich young man, because every wild mushroom we would sell, I would sell it to marketplaces, yes. I would sell it to restaurants. Oh, and you know which is the best payer?
Well, it won't be the restaurants.
It is a restaurant.
No!
Of course! Sell it to my place, that's what I'm saying.
Okay, I will then. When I get lots, I will.
Brilliant, thank you very much, Alan,
for
my
pleasure.
Introducing me in your neck of the woods.
You'll be back. I know. I saw the look in your eyes. You'll be back.
I can already see the sub season coming.
Yeah.
Steve?
Both of you will be back.
Definitely be back.
Yeah.
Need to
Okay.
Right, shall we?
Okay, let's go.
Yeah.
In the kitchen, the Scottish haul is supplemented by a few extra mushrooms.
Très bien, voilà, et pick some as well.
Raymond's next dish is a simple mushroom fricassee.
So we're going to cook a few of them?
Yes, please.
Okay, you cook them or cook them?
I'll cook them.
You cook them. Steve, cook them?
Although any fresh mushrooms will work in this recipe, Raymond is using 4 particular favourites.
They're lovely, yeah?
He has chanterelles, girolles, pierre de mouton and trompette de l'amour.
Trompette de l'amour, okay, always, well, you know that anyway, open them up because there's a bit of forest inside. So open it up like that. Okay, no tree inside, no, we're okay. Très bien. Voilà. See, very gently with the finger, don't break them, they're delicate, okay? It's a mistake that people do often, is to soak the mushrooms in water. Never leave them more than 10-15 seconds in water, because they soak up, they're sponge.
Raymond adds a squeeze of lemon juice to the water.
Again, more flavor, okay, and more it will prevent the oxidation, okay, discoloration of the mushroom.
Raymond and Steve prepare the other ingredients. Finely diced tomato and chopped parsley, chervil and tarragon.
I need your fingers, you know that. The business needs your fingers.
You do.
Perfect, not too fine. We want a nice chew inside. What?
To start, melt a little butter in a small frying pan.
The whole lot?
Next, add some finely chopped shallot and some crushed garlic.
Just pour it in. When I'm in somebody else's home, I'll be probably the one who appreciates it the most because I understand the efforts. No browning, Steve, stop it now. No browning, the mushrooms quickly. Voilà. Just pour them in, not all, just those, voilà. Très bien, so those will cook together.
The shallots softened, add all the mushrooms except the trompette de l'amour.
You put those at the last moment because they cook for 5 seconds and they're going to discolor completely your fricassee. That's perfect. Voilà.
Some wine.
Voilà, that's it. Just to give a bit of acidity.
And a little water creates a jus.
Très bien. To make your nice jus.
Add the chopped herbs, tomato, and the fricassee is ready to serve.
That's lovely. Just put it in the middle, right in the middle. Voila. It's so simple. Just put it in. Brilliant. Simple and lovely.
That's beautiful.
Home. Home.
Taste of the forest.
Forest to the plate. Simple as that.
Yeah. Thank you very much.
Cheers.
Pleasure with me.
And thank you for everything.
Pleasure.
Really, thank you.
Thank you.
For his final recipe, Raymond returns to a classic, a pigeon baked in a salt crust.
I did this dish 25 years ago, and it's still modern, and this concept is still very much loved. That's what classics are all about. It's not just old Trafalgar pigeon or the wood pigeon. That one is special. It's a special one.
Raymond is using a French farm-raised pigeon known as squab. You'll need 1 per person.
No seasoning, no salt, because remember, we are going to put it into a salt crust. So no seasoning.
The pigeons are seared in hot goose fat to brown the skin for extra flavour.
Finish off, okay, the side. Okay, très bien. And then now we're going to do our salt crust.
Although not eaten, the salt crust prevents small and lean game like pigeon from becoming dry and overcooked. Put 1 kilo of plain flour into a mixer. Add 600 grams of fine salt and 9 egg whites.
Enormous amount of salt, but you don't eat it. It's really to seal, get a very special flavor. Voila. I'm going to prepare it, cut it into 4. Voila.
Chill the dough for 30 minutes before rolling to a thickness of 5 millimeters.
So now I'm ready to wrap the squabs, okay, into the dough.
To decorate the salt crust, Raymond cuts out some wings.
Place it breast down, bottoms up, okay, to have the sticking. That's the egg yolk. Not too much, otherwise if you put too much, it will not stick, it will slide. So lift this side here, très bien. And then lift, put your breast, voila, pressing right, so there's no air pocket whatsoever. Doesn't look very pretty at the moment, but it will. We're going to do the head. The first pigeon without head is not good. Pinch the beak.
For eyes, 2 cloves are perfect. This technique works without the need for decoration, but for Raymond, the extra effort is worthwhile.
Voila. So all what you have to do is to finish it off, to put the egg yolk on it, all over. That's what's going to give it wonderful color. Don't chop with it off. Not yet, later. The last finish that you do is salt.
The salt crust pastry shell protects the meat from the heat, creating an oven within an oven.
In an oven, the temperature goes very high and the meat retracts. Here, the heat goes very, very slowly, permeating the meat quietly inside, changing completely the texture and the flavor.
The pigeons are cooked for 20 minutes at 220 degrees centigrade.
Bye-bye. Can we have some fennel tops? Not just a chop of the fennel.
To go with the pigeon, cabbage.
I'm asking for cabbage. Let's give me lettuce. It's amazing. It's amazing.
When the cabbage arrives, it's quartered and steamed. Raymond is also serving his favourite, the fricassee of wild mushrooms.
So, of course, as a cook, anything wrapped into something you cannot see, you cannot smell or touch, it's rather unnerving what's happening inside. Is it overcooked? Is it undercooked? And you've got all sorts of nightmares, little doubts.
To serve, remove the pigeon from the crust.
Yes, you guillotine it. Voila. Spoon. Okay, like that. Well, come on, out. That's it. That's perfect. Très bien. Slice the blade gently towards. Voila. So actually, it's quite a nice medium, actually. I think that's one of the most beautiful food experiences you may have. It's unctuous, it's the most melting quality. You must taste it once in a lifetime. Have you ever tasted squab before?
No.
Never?
I grew up with very dry pheasant.
Poor you, sorry. How's it?
It's good. It's amazing how the salt crust has seasoned the breast so well.
It seasoned it perfectly.
See, for my mother, that'd be too rare, but that's delicious.
Okay, tell your mother we can teach her a few tricks, huh? Is it possible?
Could you tell her, Chef?
Of course I'll tell her.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you, mate. Okay, great. Lovely. Thank you.
You can see Raymond Blanc at his best again next Monday night at 8:30. And tomorrow, a new series that follows the culinary talents of Sophie Dahl, the delicious Miss Dahl, at 8:30. Tonight, a final look at the 7 ages of Britain next.